What is up with it? Today we are back and I just top 8'd in Vegas Bandai Card Fest for NA Finals with Mihawk. No doubt 100% the best deck and 100% by far me and my team had the best 50 in the room. I don't even think it was close. First of all, shout outs before we get into the profile. First, shout outs to my beautiful girlfriend behind the camera, Abby, my whole world, the reason I'm able to do all this. Thank you so much. Second, shout outs to all of Snoopy Prep, all the people who helped me get ready for these tournaments. I could not do this without them, particularly Samson, the GOAT. She died in top 16 to Red Green Luffy, who finished third and will be representing NA at Worlds. Congratulations to him. Unfortunately, he also knocked me out in top 8. That's a hard matchup for Mihawk. But shout outs to Sam, the GOAT, and everyone else in Snoopy Prep. Shout out to Eric Quintana and the Canadians. Our list was a bit different than theirs, but bouncing off some of the ideas from him, we made a couple changes to our list, just talking theory with them. So shout outs to Quintana, honestly, really helped improve our deck list in some spots. Shout outs to Holden. My GOAT unfortunately died kind of early in the tournament, but that's my boy. Also, shout outs to the dojo. Big announcement incoming. As many of you know, Josh Graham, also known as Impact, he has a coaching group known as the dojo. I and Sam also had our own individual coaching groups. Mine was called Project Serial, but we all work so closely together. We all prep together. We all do all this stuff. We decided, you know what, it's time we finally combine coaching groups. It's going to be the best coaching group ever made. You're going to get all the brains, all the coaching from me, Samson, and Impact. It's gonna be phenomenal. It's gonna be phenomenal. More coming from that. That will probably start in March. Will probably be the first month that we are officially combined. Also, shout outs to Jacoby Vampire for finding me these gold Japanese Caesar Clown Don. Y'all already know. And last shout outs, this is a weird one, but shout outs to the Play TCG judges. You know, I feel like there's a lot of people who say not great things about Play TCG, but all the judges that play TCG, in my experience, are really wonderful human beings. And I think they deserve a little love, so shout outs to all of them. But without further ado, let's get into what was undoubtedly the best 50 in the room. So Mihawk upscale, y'all already know. Unfortunately, died to Red Green Luffy in top 8. It was basically the only matchup I wanted to dodge in top 32 and wasn't able to, but you know, that's how it is. 4 boat, 100% you have to play 4 of this. I've seen people talk about 3. I've seen List play 0. I have like 500, 600 games with this deck. I've tried this card at all numbers. I promise you, you have to play 4. Next we have 4 Perona, easy. I mean, just there's no question. Everyone plays this. Card is broken. If you could play Hiyori because it wasn't locked to Zoro, you'd play that too probably. 4 Kid and Killer. This card is unbelievable. As everyone probably knows, Law and Beppo is the most important card in the deck. It's the only card that you need in every matchup, every game. You need one. You want one at least. And this card searches it. It also searches a bunch of other good cards. Also, the fact that this card helps you play around DMG in the mirror versus green is really huge. Like, this card is the nuts. It also, like, even against non-green decks, like, it lets you tap out more aggressively if you don't have boat. 4 Tashigi, the most important 5 cost. This is how you beat Ace. This is how you beat Emu. I played, I think, 3 Emus in Swiss. I played so my Swiss was, I played 3 Emu, 3 Mihawk, 1 Blue Nami that I lost to in round 9, that was insane, 1 Purple Dofi that I lost to in round 2, a Boa, and 1 more unique deck, not Ace. I don't remember what it was though, to be honest. But this card, super important in the Ace and Emu matchups, was really huge versus Emu every time I played. And I didn't play versus Ace, but would have been the MVP versus Ace. 6 Bonnies, 3 of the blocker, 3 of the stun. Pretty much everyone plays the stun for the most part. I don't really need to talk about why this card is good. But this card is one of the most recent additions we made. So for a long time we were playing 12 searchers with the 1-tap Bonnies. And those were really good, and like there's a lot of games that you play them and you just insta-win. But because of the Canadians, we started playing a little bit more of the Law package. And everyone in this slot tends to run Perona, the 5 cost. But honestly, I think that card sucks. I think this card is infinity better. When you get to do things like, you like play this on 1 or on 2, and then like on 6, you go like Law, pick this back up, play this after you like put literally anything sideways, like you could just swing your leader. You draw 2, trash 1, get the Dawn back, replay the Perona. You just like, I mean, this is insane. This finds you everything. Like, it's so insane. Like, this card, super, super overperformed. It was a very last minute addition. Like, literally, we started with 1 of it at one point, like maybe Wednesday. And then, like, by submission, we just bumped up to 3. And, like, honestly, this card is the GOAT. This card is so broken. It was, like, the #1 card that I wanted to play off Law, like, all weekend. Like, if you think about it, the 5 drops and these 6 drops, like, they don't really fucking matter. Like, the way you win the game is through your bombs. And, like, this card gets you to the bombs. And also gives you the Dawn to, like, replay this, which gets you to the bombs. So, I think this was, like, one of the #1 things that we did different than everyone else in the room. That was insane. Like, I truly believe that Perona card sucks, and I believe this card's insane. It was like maybe the best card in my deck, basically. Then 4/7 Shanks. IMO, anyone who cuts down on this card
your
is...
attention, please. Paging Ryan Navaroli, please report to Gate C4 slots booth to identify and reclaim your property.
Yep.
May I have your attention, please?
Okay, yeah, sorry about that. We're in the airport, you know, that's just how it goes. Anyone who cuts down on this card is insane to me. This card is broken. Like, the text on this card is unbelievable, and it's so important. Like in the mirror and versus Emu in particular. And like, I knew going into this that Emu was at least going to be the 2nd most popular deck. I played versus the legend himself, Chris Sock, in top 32, and I definitely needed this card. I got very lucky. Game 3, I mulliganed. I didn't find this. I was going 2nd. I didn't find this until my 10 Dawn turn, but like I found it on my 10 Dawn turn after resolving this, by the way. Next, we have 1/9 Shanks. This is the only 9 I play. Mihawk is Garbanzo's. You should not play Mihawk. That card is fucking awful. This is what Mihawk text says. All right? It says, in the mirror, the text literally reads, rest this card, stop 1 attack, lose the game next turn. Because your opponent goes Shanks and you lose instantly. Versus Ace, the card says, oh, you went first, unplayable on 9, nice job. Versus Emu, it says like, oh, you're a worse 7 Shanks. Like the card is like whatever. It's, I guess, really good versus like Purple Doflamingo. It's like fine versus Yellow, but you beat Yellow without it. Like, that card is Garbanzo's. I played one of my students in I think like round 8. Shout out Spiros. I told him like, yo, I told all my students like, yo, don't play Mihawk, that card sucks. He played Mihawk, he searched it, he put it on the board, I killed it, he lost the game on the spot. Like, that card is low-key a fraud. Like, that card is so performative. Like, sometimes it wins you the game, but most of the time it's awful. And then the best card of the deck, Lam Beppo, no explanation.
May I have your attention, please?
Next, we have the 2Ks. I played 6 2Ks. Most people play 7 or 8. We actually spent a lot of time talking about 5. 2Ks are low-key very performative. Like, if you think about it, Mihawk is allowed to take a lot of chip hits. So, like, you don't really need, like, the small little counter cards. And then once you become, like, a 7 or 8K leader, like, these don't really matter, right? Like, the opponent... It's so expensive to chip you for, like, 8s that like these just don't matter. Like your opponent can't do a bunch of them. I never put this card on the table, but there were a couple times where I almost did. I played this in a couple spots and it was like pretty good in those spots. So like, I don't know if I'd play exactly 3-3 again, but it was fine. I would definitely stay on 6 2Ks, I think. And then we have 4 3K events. We have 2 DMG and 2 Luffy event. Honestly, most of the time, this card is bad for me when I play the game. But in this event, it actually won me at least a couple games in Top Cut. Maybe only actually 1 game in Top Cut, now that I think about it. And I don't actually remember it really winning me anything in Swiss either. Never mind. I was going to say some nice things about this card because it won me a game 3 in Top Cut, but never mind. This card sucks. Bonnie was the last deck I played in Swiss. That's right. I don't like this card. I wish you could play none of it. Luffy event is the GOAT. This was like one of the biggest switch ups we were talking about, was like trying to find space for a third one. Like every time you resolve this card, it's insane. Like if you think about it from a theoretical standpoint, like Mihawk is really, really good at printing Dawn. Every single turn, Mihawk prints 3 extra Dawn. So like what you want to do conceptually, and why we played a bunch of events and not very many 2Ks, is like you want to convert that Dawn into cards, right? So like one way you do that is you like attach the Dawn and you swing, and because you swing a big number, it requires more cards from your opponent to defend. The other way that you convert that Dawn into cards is you use it to counter, or you use that Dawn to do things that make it so you don't have to counter. So like the counter events cheat you cards, because if you only have to use 1 card to get out of a 7 when you're a 5K leader, you just cheated 1 card. But if you like use this Luffy event, and this Luffy event like maybe stops 2 7s or stops 2 6s or something like that, you cheat cards in another way, and potentially a higher ceiling way. So we wanted to play more of this, but we weren't able to. We played 4 billion fold. This card is broken. I wish I could have 4 of these in my hand every game. Like, I don't know. Rad Beam is just like fucking broken. Like, have you ever read Rad Beam? Like, +4? Are you kidding me? What happens is you become a 7K leader, you leave up Dawn, you look the opponent in the eyes and you say, go for it, buddy. And they never get through if you have these in your hand. Like, they never, ever, ever get through. Like, your hand could be 3 cards and they go like 16 and you live easily. Which is just like, I don't know, that's like low-key insane. And the last 2 were a Spiderweb and a Paradise Waterfall. This waterfall was like by far the most last-minute change. Like, I think Yoast tweeted like calling a 9 a.m. meeting like the day of signups for the 50th card. It was this card. We talked about having it be like another Luffy spell. It was actually shoutouts to Alex and Cameron. They were the ones who said like we have to play Waterfall. I have tried this card like a billion times and I always liked it less than Spiderweb. I thought it was just a straight downgrade, like worst card, only good in exactly the mirror. But for a lot of the time, we weren't playing any blockers in the list. And like once you start putting things in the deck list, like the 6-cost Lawn, the 5-cost Bonnie, this sort of thing gets a lot more value. Where like when the aggro decks, like they swing 7 at you, you go like block Waterfall, and then like you can block 2K afterwards. Like they go 2 7s, and then like this card essentially cheated you a card, which is cool. Because like that's really what I want from my counter events, is like either utility or the ability to cheat cards, or both. And like once this was able to do both, I was happy with it. Before we had these, it didn't have the ability to do both. It could only have utility, and I really didn't like it. But yeah, I caught one opponent slipping where they thought they could go for lethal. I had like my blockers tapped. They like swung. I went Paradise, restand, take, and now their jam doesn't get there. This card, like, low-key wasn't actually that good for me. It could have low-key been, like, anything else for the most part. But there were, low-key, a lot of spots where I, like, wanted the restand spells and didn't have them. Particularly in top 8, game 1. I felt like if I had a restand spell when he round-tabled me, I felt like I won the game on the spot. But I didn't have it. I dug for it, too. I went, like, Perona, dig 5. Law this, pick it back up, replay the Perona. Like, I super hard dug for these and didn't find it, but you know, it happens, card game things. Overall, pretty sad about the top 8, but like, you know, you can't win them all. I will win Worlds one day. If anyone, the only thing I still have from the prizing is the Jumbo Roger. So if anyone is interested, please DM me on Discord at eQuinby. I appreciate everyone's, you know, all their love, all the support that you guys show me. I'm going to try and start posting more regularly again. I've been on a crazy gauntlet of travel, as some of you know. You know, I won Dallas, and then immediately from Dallas, the next week I went to Peoria, and then shortly after that, I went to Chile, and then right after Chile, like, I was home for like 2 days, and then I immediately went to Mexico, and then I got back from Mexico, and I was home for 12 hours, and I immediately went to Australia, and then after Australia, you know, I'm all in on trying to win this Nats, which, you know, try and represent NA and Worlds, which unfortunately didn't happen, but I tried my best. I'll definitely try and be more active. I appreciate you all so much for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.